It's got something called Tiff and Potion.
Stop standing out when we question our freedom. When they ask us what our rights are, they say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with the knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war on the side of God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need they get from each other. They have each other's like sister and brother. They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no reproaching. You need to learn a thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is isolation. CPS, we have your number. We're coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day. You won't break another family, no more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels, cause you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down a nail. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight. The CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice they didn't make. Now they spend their days in crates. They should know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your pay. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. That's all we need to get on with this fight. The document that most people quote, barely read in light. Pick the parts that pertain to your case, show them the results and spit in their face. We are Tiff and the Punisher fighting together, displaying our unity with birds of a feather. If it's a million, that's great, but one is just the same. We'll bring these kids home and know every name. We'll start with social work.
They are taking our kids every day. I try to admit and no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, god damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like dim tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop it.
And then here I am. Then I come in. Yep, here I am. I showed up.
Man, every time I hear that song, I just want to go out there and whoop somebody's ass. I'm telling you.
That's a fight song?
For me, it is.
Burning down the house to that.
Oh, watch what you say, Darren.
Yeah, right. Careful with that one. We don't need to revisit history.
No, we do not.
Oh Lord, oh my. Hey, when's our next doohickey seminar?
Our seminar is going to be August 2nd. It's a Saturday. We're going to start at 1 o'clock. And we're going to have information. That's right, Darren, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
We're going to have information, and Darren will have it up on the screen. And anything that you guys want, make sure you email us so that we can get it out.
Coconuts, whatever you need. We'll do it. You got it.
Right. So, yeah, I'm trying to get a couple people, but we'll see. I know that our next one, if this one goes good at the place we're going to have it, we'll talk about having other people on, like the Angry Citizen,
Hell yeah.
Adrian, Gunner, you know.
Yeah. The angry people.
Yeah, all of our
Oh, our angry
other
fans.
hosts. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, me too.
Oh, all right.
So I'm
Oh, wet
excited.
plants. Wet plants is in the mood to whoop some ass too. She says.
Who?
Wet plants. John says, so we the people must flex it in their faces. Yes, let's flex it in their face. Let's do
Yeah,
that, John. Let's do
you
it.
see my
Summer.
flag, right? Can you see it?
Oh yeah, the Constitution matters. Oh, that's
That's
like Black
right.
Lives Matters, right?
What?
That's like a Black Lives Matters flag, but it says the Constitution matters.
Yep. I have one
Wow.
that says defend the Constitution too. I'm running out of spaces.
Oh shit.
I don't want my husband to walk up here and go, "What the hell are we doing?"
Right. Yeah. People are gonna walk in there and think it's some sort of anarchy freaking headquarters.
Right.
Oh man. I don't know anything about that, but uh, they see an upside down flag in a notebook, and all of a sudden they think you're a terrorist.
Oh,
Go figure.
whatever.
Yeah, go figure. Oh
I,
man,
I think we should all turn the American flag upside down.
yeah, you see it right there, right? My dad would
Yeah.
have flipped over in this grave, man. If you had seen that, and then I got this. Check this one out. This one's pretty cool.
Where did you get that one?
Do you see it moving?
Where
Yeah,
did you get it?
I got a bunch of these like 5 years ago for like $2 a piece at the store called Rennie's, and I flipped the flag upside down on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it moves and everything. It's great. That's right, Mulberry versus. Oh, look who's on board with us here.
Woo! See if he wants to come on.
Oh, Angry Citizen, get your ass in here. I'm gonna send you a link right now.
Ah,
Gonna pull in some Mulberry Madison, not be doing nothing. I was just watching Carl Miller yesterday. Have you guys ever seen Carl Miller? If you guys haven't seen Carl Miller, you need to watch Carl Miller and see what he does on this stuff because he's amazing.
you can actually get his book in a PDF for free online.
And we are in distress, Angry Citizen. You need to get your ass in here. I'm gonna send you a link right now.
Yeah, he needs to come on because I want him to do some of our seminars with us.
Well, I think he's coming up on his freedom thing too. His freedom rally that he does every year. I think this is going to be his 4th year. I'm pretty sure he's doing it anyway. He hasn't
Where is
said
it
he.
at?
It's in Maine. I think like around Brewer, Maine. It's right around. Well, here he'll come in. He'll tell us. He said to me that I'm weak and flabby.
He said what?
I'm weak and flabby. See, listen to that. People don't even listen to that song anymore. I don't even remember what the song was that was played right here. What was the Star Spangled Banner? There it was. Like unless you're at a baseball game or a football game, you don't even listen to Star Spangled Banner.
Do you know that was actually a poem, and then they
Yeah.
turned it to our national anthem? I didn't know that until I was watching because I watched the History Channel a lot.
Oh yeah. And it wasn't. It was. Well, supposedly it was done on the night when Francis Scott Key was watching one of the forts get overrun or something, wasn't he?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
It was Baltimore Harbor, I believe, because that's where it originated from, and it was
Oh,
about.
so they're getting some crabs, and then they just decided to drop down and throw some war down.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at this. Oh lordy lord! Look who we got in the house. Look at this. Ask and you shall receive, folks. And there he comes. Oh, come on, Dave.
Turn your mic on.
Your mic's out. You're muted, buddy. Change it up. I'm so excited for your voice. Just got to change it. There he comes. I hear you coming. I can hear you. There you go. I can hear you. I'll turn you up. How's it going, brother?
Fair.
What's wrong?
Fair to moderate.
Gonna I'm going to deflect your question, Tiff, not because I wouldn't content. I have my own life.
Darren, turn his mic up.
That's as much as I can get him. That's as much as I can get him.
That's as good as I got.
That's okay.
Yeah. You're
So,
good enough.
after we do this trial run in this new place for a seminar, I want to bring on, like, I definitely want to bring you on.
I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Because I call them the girls, that we need to bring on more people that me and Darren know, because they have information that I don't have or I don't know. So we need to make this a collaborative thing.
Yeah, sharing information is solid.
Yeah.
Earbuds and see.
Okay.
Yes, you're butted up, my friend. He's so much. You got to be able to hear him because he's so full of damn information that you need to always hear what he says.
Yeah, and that's why I want him as one of our guest speakers in these seminars.
Yes, he's such a machine. Oh, it's getting serious.
Yeah, he said he was going to go get some headbuds. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, he'll be in. He was on Deidre's show there a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't see Deidre tonight.
Better? No.
Same.
Your voice is just real low.
But I'll bet you if you go to the settings right there and you hit audio, it'll pick up your earbuds.
No, yes, no, hey, maybe.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Good.
There, much better. Hey, are you doing your freedom? Are you doing your freedom?
I'm not doing the freedom rally. Thank you for asking about that. After careful examination, and my buddy Ohio Brett, now Aloha Brett, is sort of not available. He would, if I asked him to come here, he would, but I didn't want to ask him. It isn't in the stars. It isn't right. So no, I canceled the Freedom Rally, and there may be another one next year, but no, not this year. So thank you for asking.
Taking a break. It's just a break. That's all it is. Just taking a break.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, I feel good about the concept, and I have had, even though in the past the ones that I've done have felt unproductive, or at least very little productive value out of them, they still feel like they had some value. Like there were people there, a few maybe key people that really heard the message and really were going to carry it on and were encouraged. And I've had more than a few people come to me and say, you've never heard of me before. I haven't talked to you. I don't respond to your, YouTube videos and all that stuff, but I support you. I hear you. I support you. So that's encouraging. It is out there. So,
right. No, it's good, man. That's good. It's good. I have always had good intentions of making it, but I didn't. But I always said thank you and I'm sorry. So that's all that mattered. I was there in spirit. But you know what, dude? As long as one person went away with a new message from that and learned something and could share that, then that's all. Then there's success.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at these things.
I do believe that people took comfort in it. And I'll tell you about something that happened to me that was really significant. Here in Maine, as you know, people are very reserved. They don't typically wear their heart on their sleeve. They're not coming to you going, hey, man, I love you like a brother.
Right.
It's not their style. So,
right.
And a lot of Maine people are not all that fond of really using their voices. They kind of want to, but it's just not in their realm. And so the first time I went to Augusta to do a protest was when idiot Janet Mills issued her so-called lockdown, which, by the way, America, no governor has the authority to issue a lockdown. Okay, bullshit. 8 ways from Sunday, negative. Okay, show me. Or if you believe I'm wrong, show me. Prove me wrong. Okay, you can't, because they don't. No emergency power supersedes the Constitution. So idiot Janet Mills comes along and goes, I'm issuing executive orders. Well, now apparently she's a queen. She's going to just write an order on a piece of paper and you must obey or else, right? And I went to Augusta and I protested because that's my God-given constitutionally protected right. And this is very public. I am not hiding. Look on my Facebook page. You're going to see me there with my sign. We are free men, not slaves. I'm not hiding. And I told her that in my speech, my fiery speech, which is also available on my BitChute channel. And I said, I don't work for you. You're not, you work for me. You literally work for me. So you don't get to tell me I have to shut down my business. You don't get to tell me what I have to do and then threaten me if I don't do what you say. And all of this was very much on record, very much a matter of record. And when I left there that day, I wasn't sure how much impact I had, nor how much impact any of us had, because there were not a lot of us there, a lot of us in relative terms, but not a lot of us in terms of the total population of Maine at 1.5 million people or whatever. But I felt like we had done something important. And then the next time I went to Augusta, which was, I think, roughly a month later, if I remember, to do another protest, which is my God-given and constitutionally protected right, to peaceably assemble and petition our government for a redress of our grievances is clearly written in the Constitution. And after this event, or at the conclusion of the event, a man came up to me, and I do not remember his name. God help me, because I really should, but whatever his name was, giant, swarthy, down-home Mainer guy, and walked right up to me very directly and looked me in the eye and he said, I'm glad I got to see you here, because I was here the last time there was a protest and I saw you speak and I wanted to talk to you, but you were gone before I had a chance to talk to you. And he shook my hand in that way of not just firm contact, but a deep, strong, abiding handshake of depth and sincerity. And he looked me right in the freaking eye and he said, thank you for what you said. He said, I'm not good with words, but you said what I wanted to say.
That's awesome.
Yes. And I wouldn't have known this man if I hadn't met him that moment and looked him in the eye, but he heard my voice. He agreed with what I was saying. That's what we have to anchor ourselves in. We speak the truth. We ground ourselves on truth and fact and evidence. It's verifiable. We bring receipts. And the people that are out there that are hearing our message will know that. And most of them will agree with us. Very few don't agree. Very few agree with the whole Child Protective Services bullshit paradigm where so-called agents get to come to you and declare by their word and their decree that you are a unfit parent or are a danger to your child or whatever other bullshit words they want to use that somehow have now superseded your God-given and constitutionally protected rights. And they can kidnap, they literally kidnap your child.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. It's an entire House of Cards premise, and it falls apart when you examine it and look at it through the lens of the truth and fact and the Constitution. So,
yeah, they don't like the truth. They'll try and shut people down with that. And you know, no, I've gone to plenty of events, and somebody will introduce me to a delegate or whatever, and I'm like, hey, we need to talk about Child Protective Service. But these are the words I use because they're murdering our families. And she's like, oh my God, what? I say, yeah. When they rip children from their parents and parents from their children, they terminate parental rights, they've just killed a whole family.
It's a valid exaggeration, if I may, a valid exaggeration. Literally, okay, so people aren't being murdered per se, but when you rip a child away from their parents, you do irreparable harm to everyone. And the only time this should ever even be considered if there is a clear, demonstrable, horrendous threat to the child. And here in Maine, the CPS is a joke. Like, I've said this before. Every time I get on with Darren, I refer to these cases, but look in the news and you'll see there are cases of at least 2 children last year who were literally murdered by their abusive parents. Both of these occasions, our CPS supposedly knew about it, and yet these children died. They weren't just neglected. They weren't just, given a bad, breakfast. They were murdered. And they knew about this, and they didn't stop it, and yet they have time to go kidnap Darren's daughter and take her away from him.
Well, that's the problem, right? This is the problem that I have with CPS. If you're going to do your job correctly. Why are you stealing and kidnapping children who are not? We all know why, because they're not damaged goods. But you leave the children that really, truly need your help because they're not profitable.
Yes. Yep. Sad reality. Yep. Sad reality.
And going back
I got to tell you guys both, I
Oh.
immensely respect your dedication to this cause and your constant trumpeting, and God bless you both. And Darren knows. I mean, I've been with Darren since we first met, and we butted heads a few times, but here we are. And I totally support his message, and I totally support his cause. And God bless you, Tiff, for jumping on with him, because I think the two of you are a really effective duo. I truly do.
I tried to tell Darren that.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, Darren. I'm kidding.
Well, we get you in here, we're going to have ourselves an effective trio there, my friend.
Yeah, but going back to what you said, that you never know whose life you're going to touch. Like, I feel so bad because one of the kids ran away last week. Another advocate I work with told her, go pick her kid up. She has her parental rights. Now she's sitting in jail for parental kidnapping.
Oh, that's horrible.
Right?
Yep.
And she was like, thank you so much. And I said, well, I didn't do anything. In fact, I feel like I helped put you in jail. And she's like, it is your strength that keeps me going. So you never know what part that you play in somebody's life like that.
Yes.
We was both crying.
Well, because they don't tell you, like you don't necessarily hear from them, and think how many people you hear, how many messages do you hear every day, and you don't reach out to that person and say, hey, I heard your message. I heard what you said. I appreciated it, and I support you, so I try to be the voice of support. That's one of the reasons I'm helping Darren. I try to be that guy that just reaches out and says, I hear you. I support you. I'm only one guy, but, I will amplify your voice because I believe in your cause and I believe in what you're doing. And I believe truly in my heart and soul that Darren is a victim of a crime. His child was kidnapped. It was a heinous, evil, shitty thing to do. It was done by agents that lacked lawful authorization. I will die on that hill. Prove to me otherwise. Show me their lawful authorization to kidnap his child. It does not fucking exist. And it makes me angry. It makes me livid, because as a father and a grandfather, if any person, agent, comes to me and attempts to kidnap my child, God help you. That's the hill on which I die. You do not have authorization. You will not kidnap my child, whether it's breath in my fucking body. And I have every right as a God-given, constitutionally protected American to use whatever means I need to defend myself, my life, my property, my children, my grandchildren, everyone on my property, even my guests, to the best of my ability. And we have to get off this paradigm of the government has authority, can do whatever they want, and we have to prove them wrong. Flip that paradigm upside down, folks. We are we the people rule. We the people tell them what to do. They work for us, and they will not get away with this if we unite and hold them accountable, which is what I've been preaching since day one.
That's it. Unity. We need to unite because, and this is just like I said to you, man, like we need to start because we're not getting it from all the CPS people. We're not getting it from the people so we need to start, you know what? We need to take all the riffraff or take all these little satellite groups, people that are trying to fight for this cause or this cause or this cause. And we all need to just unite under one flag and say, hey, guess what? Here we are. We're all together. We're massive. We're strong. And, whether it's constitutionalist, whether it's this, whether it's that, let's just all get in here and go, man, because we have
think about how many people there are in America, Darren. Supposedly, the so-called census or whatever the so-called experts, 330 million
Yep.
Is it 327 million, whatever, whatever the number is? I could Google it. I don't care. X number of people live in this country. We're Americans, okay? This is excluding illegal aliens. I don't hate people from other nations. I just don't accept that you can come here illegally and be a citizen. It doesn't work that way. So all of us who are here legally, who are lawfully, who are constitutional Americans, 330 million or 327.5 or whatever the number is. Okay, most of us all agree that we want the same things. We want to live in peace. We want the law honored. We want guilty people to go to jail. We want innocent people to be freed. We want our rights to be respected. We love the Constitution. Most of us do, right? Who do you know who hates the Constitution? Right?
Yeah.
Communists.
Well, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Communists. The people that say, let's just bypass the rules because I want this thing, or it's convenient to me, or this rich special interest wants this to happen. All the rest of us say no. But most of us don't get involved. Why? Because we're discouraged, because the system is corrupt. It's wildly corrupt. All of it. We all know our police are corrupt. God help me. I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect to law enforcement. I'm a friend of law enforcement, but it's true. The judicial system, completely corrupt. Our government, almost entirely corrupt. And we, the people, have let this happen. It's happened on our watch because we don't get involved. We let them do it, and then we reelect them and send them back, and they do it again.
That's it.
So
the most powerful,
if we want it to stop,
weapon
we have to
is
take
the tool to vote.
action. Say again?
I said the most powerful weapon that we have right now is the tool to vote. Like, that's it. That's all we can do right now.
Thank you.
I mean, short of
that's key.
Actually going out there in physical combat, which I don't advise, but shit,
that's not an option at this point. I hear people saying that all the time, Darren. It cracks me up when people say stuff like, we're going to go all 1776 on them. And I'm like, who do you think you're going to go kill? Like, what's the plan?
Right.
That doesn't work. And at present, we haven't lost control because the Constitution is still the supreme law of the land until they change it, which they're trying to do.
Yep.
They're trying to assemble an article, God help me, I can't remember the number, Article 4, Article 8 convention, whatever the convention is, where they're going to supposedly go together and they're going to rewrite the Constitution. And they're trying to do that, okay? So we have to say no to that 8 ways from Sunday. Meanwhile, it is still the law of the land, even though they're ignoring it, even though the judges deliberately and conspicuously ignore the Constitution, okay? They're still doing it unlawfully. For the time being, today, right now, it is still the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void, and they can pretend otherwise, but they cannot justify it.
So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. First of all, everyone has to be willing to do something. Even if you don't do a lot, doing anything is better than doing nothing. Doing some small thing is better than doing nothing. And the single most important thing we can do is to get involved with so-called politics at the lowest levels. All of us together assemble into counties. The counties assemble into states. The states assemble into our United States. And if all of us at each county level unite and solidify and be involved with our counties and assemble ourselves behind our constitutional sheriffs in our counties, we have all the power because we have all the authority. We, the people, have all the authority. We, the people, delegated limited authority to our sheriffs. The sheriffs are lawfully elected servants of we, the people, in each county. Those counties assemble into a state. See, people have this delusion that the federal government and these agencies have authority. They don't. They don't have any authority. They can't come to you and tell you, you must do this or you must do that, or we will inflict a punishment on you, because they don't have the authority. And we, the people, have to stop allowing that to happen. We have to stop maintaining this delusion that the agencies and the federal government is in charge. Think about how many times we hear the term federal funds. Donald Trump is restricting federal funds to your state because he thinks this. What are federal funds? It's our money. Mm-hmm. We sent it to the federal government, not even willingly, and they are generously deigning to throw some of it back to us if and when they deem it appropriate. The entire concept is ludicrous. It's bullshit. It's our money. I'm incensed that we would embrace this concept. There is no federal money. It's
Right.
our money. It's
Our money. Right.
taxpayer money.
Yep.
We, the people, have this money extorted from us. So these rich, arrogant, narcissistic pricks can do whatever they want with it and then delegate some of it back to us if they see fit to do so. We cannot accept that paradigm. It's ludicrous. It's insane. It just so incenses me that we, the people, meekly comply with this and allow it to happen. And we do. Well, what if we all said no? What if tomorrow every one of us said, nope, not having that anymore? Everyone in Maine is going to go tomorrow. You know what? We're not sending you any money.
Right.
What are you going to do now? What's your move? Come at me, bro. We're done.
Right.
You haven't proven you earned the money. What do you do with our money? You waste it. You throw it away.
It's
Hell
funny
no,
you say
right?
that because
We take back our power. That's what we do at the county level, the state level. And then we go to the federal government and we say, prove you have authority. Prove that you can tell us and do the things that you do. Prove that if you discover information like, let's say, an Epstein client list, you have the authority to say, we're going to decide who sees this and where it goes and when and if we release it. Who gave you the authority to do that? I didn't. Did you?
Right.
We, the people, have the authority. We delegated limited authority to our government. They have wildly exceeded their authority. How do we rein them in? Get involved. Find out what's going on, unpleasant as it is. Yes, I know it's unpleasant. I have a number of friends here in Maine who are involved in our state legislature, and they are swimming in the swamp. It is hideous and heinous and disgusting. But we, the people, have to get involved and we have to help them. And I do. There are several of them right on my telephone that I text on a semi-regular basis. Every time I see them and every time I hear what they have to say and every time I agree with them, I immediately contact them and I say, good job. Thank you for doing that. Yes, I agree with you. That's what we have to do. Find the time, find the means. That's literally why I founded Angry Citizen. Thank you, my brother, for that excellent question. God bless you. What do we do? Yes. Get involved. Do something.
it's funny you say that because the county used to come out here and say, Miss Wise, you can't run a business from your home. I pulled up the Virginia Constitution. Here I go. I own this property. You don't own shit. Now, if you want to tell me what to do, then you can give me $500,000 for my home, and then I'm going to move out. So you're going to be stuck with it. Today, I get a tax bill for equipment. I'm writing "fuck you" on it and mailing it back because you can't tax me for shit that you don't know what I got. And even if I do got it, fuck you. You can't do shit to me.
Well said.
You have no vested interest in my business. Show me what vested interest you got. Prove to me that the county has a vested interest in my business. What's your monetary gain? Because I ain't got no business license and I don't have to have one according to the Virginia Constitution.
Yep. Well said. Now, I know that I've said this to Darren, but I don't know if I had met you yet, Tiff, when I discussed this with you, but I have gotten to know a lot of constitutional scholars in my quest for truth. And one of them, his name is Keith Broders, and I wish I could give you a website, but it's convoluted. But he's one of the smartest people I've ever met, deeply, deeply embedded in the Constitution. And he told me that back in, I think he said 1977 or somewhere thereabouts, there was a law passed by Congress. I haven't tracked this down, so viewers, if you have a moment, track it down. A law passed that said that we have to teach our children about the Constitution in schools, in so-called public schools. I call them government schools because that's what they are. But and I have no doubt that he's correct because this guy has absolutely proven himself to be a genius. But he said, obviously, it's not been done, which is true. And you have to ask yourself why. if we live in the United States of America, and if we, when I was in school, we had to do the Pledge of Allegiance. We all stood up and we recited the Pledge of Allegiance. We had to
Yep.
learn it. I was in about first grade, maybe second grade when I learned it. We, every single morning, all of us stood up, we did the Pledge of Allegiance. And that's a different subject, which I'm not talking about. I'm just saying they took the time to have us do this thing, which was important to being a United States citizen, which
Yep.
I thought was good. And now we are told we can't learn about the Constitution, we can't learn about the law unless you go to law school. Well,
Right.
that's, think about what that says. If we, the people, live in the United States, which is a constitutional republic, we should all be versed in that as early as humanly possible in school. Everyone should be taught about the Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence at the earliest possible age, but we're not. And in fact, if you look at all curriculum in the United States right now, nowhere in our high school curriculum does it talk about the Constitution. It's not there.
Yeah. Yep. Just like the Civil War, they're erasing that too. They're
They
not teaching the
don't
Civil War.
want us to know. They don't want us to know. So learn your rights, read the Constitution, learn about mostly authority. A moment ago, Tiff, you were talking about people coming at you saying, any entity or individual or agent or, coming at you with, you know, I demand you, I am agent so and so, or, blah, blah, blah. And I demand that you account for this. And who are you? And what's your name? And, how much money do you make? And whatever they're demanding of you, whatever interrogation they're inflicting on you, the very first thing is what I call supposition of authority, or admission and supposition of authority, which is, who are you to come at me and ask me questions? I don't owe you any explanations. I
Right.
don't owe you anything until you prove to me beyond a doubt that you have some sort of authority.
Well, listen,
Authority is the key word. If you don't have authority, a guy that holds a gun to your head and says, I'm gonna blow your head off if you don't give me your wallet, has no authority. He has power, but he has no authority. You need lawful authority to come at me and start asking me questions. No warrant shall be issued, but under subpoena or probable cause. And your rights are absolutely sacred, and no one can come against you and say, I have the authority to do this, if they don't have the authority. That's the first thing we all need to adopt as Americans. No one has authority unless they prove they do.
well, I even highlighted it because, well, first of all, after the second time he came, we became buddies. He's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. Yeah. So his boss came because my neighbor across the street, we call him Poobah. He said, oh my God, they're over there disturbing my peace with the vacuum. So his boss came with him, and he's like, can you do me a favor, please, Tiffany? Can you just turn the vacuum on? So I'm like, fine. It's a little shop vac. I turn it on. He goes, never mind, never mind, never mind. So he comes back across the street. Now I'm pissed. Now he's like, you got to tag that car. I said, look, dude, you can't tell me what I have to do on my own property. I don't have to
Yeah.
tag it. So this he pissed me off to the point where I said, you know what? I'm about to serve you with the color of law form. Oh, wait a minute, Miss Wise. This is between me, you, and him. And I said, but you are participating. Leave me alone. Haven't heard from him in 4 years.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No.
nation was founded on the premise that, you should be able to do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting anyone else or infringing on their rights. And, we have adopted a nanny society. Government tells you what to do. You better do it or you'll be punished. And that has to be turned around. We have to get back to our roots,
And as far as that, it looks like it was done the 95th Congress in 1977-78. I don't have time to read it all, but it definitely says, including Puerto Rico, the United States and Puerto Rico, that they are supposed to be teaching the Constitution.
There you go. Yeah, I knew it was right because again, this particular friend of mine is a brilliant constitutional historian, and when he tells me something, I am pretty sure it is true. And again, we have to accept the reality that this is where we are, America. They don't want us to know the Constitution. They don't want us to know our rights because the wealthy elites want to seize power and control, and that's how they do it. The ignorant sheep do what they're told. We cannot be ignorant sheep. We have to wake up, learn our rights, learn the Constitution, learn history. Yes, it takes effort, but if all of us unite, we outnumber them 10 trillion to 1.
Yeah. I was just telling Darren, I'm on a committee here to reform CPS and foster care. Our first meeting, I just got the email. Our first meeting is this Friday with the governor. I don't know what he's going to do because he's a lame duck. Because we have elections every year, and in Virginia, they can only run one term at a time. But we're going to see.
You know what? We do what we can with what we have. We do the best we can with what we have. And every victory is a victory and a step in the right direction. And if we, the people, unite and enough of us get involved, they can't stop us. We will inevitably triumph and hold all of the wealthy elites and all their minions accountable for their crimes and restore our constitutional republic. It's going to be a lot of work, but it can happen, and that's kind of my mission, and I'm not going to give it up, even though I've been tempted to. I could retire anytime. I really kind of want to, but I have children and grandchildren, and thank God I've never had them kidnapped. So even though they don't appreciate me, several of them really don't appreciate me, but I got to do what I got to do. So I'm semi-confident that enough of us will finally wake up and get together that we'll see some progress, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Well, according to Mark last night, he's been to the White House. He said actually Washington is waking up. Literally.
Slowly.
Yeah, slowly. But they are waking up now because apparently nobody believed all this was going on because I guess it's such a shh, shh, shh. But no. Mm-mm. I'm loud and proud about it. I don't care.
God bless you for that. And God bless you both for being willing to just voice it, because I'll tell you something. I've encountered a lot of people in my travels in this circle of trying to wake people up and unite them. And there's a lot of people out there that are good, kind, decent people and have important messages, and they're not willing to put themselves out there because they fear exposure and they fear the evil attention of the
Retaliation.
overlord. And I tell them always, it's justifiable. I respect it. I'm not mad at you for not being willing to be very loud in public. But I'll tell you something. I confronted the devil in a dream, and I looked him right in the fucking eye, and I said, I am not afraid of you, and I defy you. And I stand by it because my choice is to hide and be subservient and submit. That's the choice. Submit or defy. Well, I'm a little defiant. It's how God made me, so here I am, and
I,
I'm not going to give up.
I don't know how to be submissive, right? Especially with this cause.
I get that about you. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, that's not, I've told judges I'm not going to bend over. I don't concede. I don't consent. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm not doing shit because nobody rules over me. All men are created equal. You are no better than me. And
Amen.
I will challenge a court order. I had a judge say, you will comply with CPS. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I told her 3 times. We went back. CPS was like, Ms. Wise didn't cooperate. I said, I told you I wasn't going to cooperate. And don't make me leave your courtroom and go call a civil rights attorney because nobody in here is going to take my free will.
Yep. So some of the comments we've been having, I've been watching, and the most recent one here from Renee talks about talking to a detective, and I just want to comment on this and talking to any law enforcement official or agent or anyone that's I use the term agent because it's very appropriate. So anyone that claims to be in law enforcement, police, anyone, And remember these things, and look them right in the fucking eye and tell them this. I am a constitutional American. I have rights that are guaranteed to me by my creator, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I am guaranteed these rights. They are God-given. They are inalienable. And the first thing you always say is, who are you? Make them identify themselves. Even if you know who they are, make them say it. Who are you? Who are you? And then you tell them who you are. I am a constitutional American. That's really important. That sets them back. It means you know what the hell you're talking about. You are a constitutional American. You're anchoring yourself on the Constitution. And whatever they say, whatever shenanigans they pull on you to try to bypass it or forget about it for a moment or pretend it doesn't exist or pretend they have authority to supersede it, which they don't, you respond to them. You have no authority. By what authority do you come at me? Authority is your key word there. By what authority? Okay. And beyond that, it gets dicey because a lot of them are willing to embrace tyranny and they're willing to ignore the Constitution. And there's not much you can do, unfortunately, if that happens. But by anchoring yourself in it and stating these things very loudly, you at least let them know that you know the Constitution. And even if you don't, it's a good bluff because later on you can learn about the things you didn't know about at the moment you boldly proclaimed the Constitution and find out that you were right. And that, yes, the Constitution does give you the right to do this, and that no, they don't have the authority to come at you and demand that you explain yourself and ask questions and tell you they're going to search your car or search your house. They don't have the authority. So when you couch yourself this way, you eliminate a good 50% of the tyranny. Not all of it, because some of them are willing to go the next step. Some of them are willing to go, I know that you're acting righteously and I'm not, but I'm going to continue anyway. Just like the rapist or the extortionist or the blackmailer or the mugger who comes at you and puts a gun right in your face and says, give me your money or I'll blow your head off. That's what these people are doing. And the Constitution won't stop that, but it will eliminate half of them and it will help you always. And if all of us ground ourselves in that, then 330 some odd million of us gain almost unlimited power.
Yeah, it's
Remember,
almost,
folks, your rights are mine are yours.
don't you feel like Trump has given us every bit of what we've needed to do this, and now he's just waiting on us to act?
Well, I mean, Trump is doing what he's doing, and regardless of that, we the people do have the power to act. We always have. And if it's bad enough that everyone is pissed off enough that we could all act, we would see some very dramatic progress. Very, very dramatic progress, especially now in this age of information, because now anyone can put their message out. Like I'm sitting here in my kitchen, you guys are there in your places. We're all here together speaking out our voices, and the people that are listening are listening. You know, censorship was and is a huge issue because our voices comprise the truth that is the sword of God. And so enough of our voices getting out there and other people seeing us and hearing us and receiving our messages are sympathetic and agree with us and start taking action. And this tool is invaluable to help us get that accomplished because the person that's sitting alone in their kitchen thinking maybe they're nuts because they think that Child Protective Services is a scam and they're the only one who feels this way gets to tune into CPS Punisher and Tiff and hear a lot of people going, you're not alone. You're righteous. Your concern is valid. These people don't have the authority. And then they get to hear me, the angry citizen, say to them, tell them they have no authority. And they go, you're right. I should have said that. Yes. And now you have that information, that knowledge, that power to use those phrases. They're powerful phrases. You have no authority. Who are you? Identify yourself. I am a constitutional American. And all of us together gain power. And when all 330 million of us all together decide that this is the foundation of our reality and we're going to embrace it and we're going to promote it and we're going to live it, the vast majority of the oligarchs and the wealthy elites lose their power. They no longer have the ability to be tyrants because the enforcers they employ lose their power because we, the people, embrace ours and embrace our authority. So I think it's
I
going to
always,
happen. I think it's happening now.
yeah, it is happening now. I
Yeah.
oh, I carry 3 books in my purse at all times: the Constitution, the Declaration of Human Rights, and the Good Citizen. Right, because it's all these books
Yeah.
are good. So I don't get pulled over very often, but when I do get pulled over, I don't have time to go through my phone because it's also downloaded in my phone. I just put it in my dashboard so they can see, because the first thing they do is check to see if your car's been inspected. I put it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's insane for me that these people, these agents, have the ability to inflict themselves on us and demand that we account for ourselves and prove we're not bad parents under threat of kidnapping our children.
Well,
It's an abomination.
isn't their oath invalid if they don't even know the Constitution? They swear to the Constitution, all these government agents, right? So their oaths are invalid if they're not
No,
going out acting by the
no,
Constitution.
no. Stop there, my friend, and back up, okay? One of the tactics of the evil overlords has been putting people in office who do not swear an oath. They're supposed to, right, according to their charter, but that's one of their shitty little tactics, okay? They have the person bypass that moment very slickly. So a lot of agents do not swear an oath
Well, then how can they become an agent then? It's
because the corruption allows it to happen.
That was
Yeah.
a
Wow.
dumb question on my
Yeah,
part.
it's
I
just
should have
shitty, sad
known.
reality. That's what the enemy does. Don't you see? They'll use any means. They'll use any means to get their way. They don't care. There's no rules for them. They're not limited by moral constraints or ethical constraints. They will do literally anything to dominate and subvert and subjugate us. That's the reality we're facing. That's the nature of our enemy. So they get in charge of the process. They infiltrate themselves into our legislatures and our governments and our agencies, and then they permeate their power. And then by their control, they allow someone to slip into the office, and they just very covertly avoid that moment when the person is, according to the charter or the mandate or whatever, supposed to take that oath, and they just slip around it. Yeah.
Wow. I never even thought of that.
Me
I just
neither.
assumed.
Well,
I just assumed.
there's nothing off the table. There's nothing they will not do to win. That is the enemy we face. It's a terrible reality, but that's where we are. So,
Yeah, and I tell people when they're dealing with CPS in the courts and all these people, I say they play dirty, but that's okay because I know
yes,
how to play dirty too, but I do it legally. I don't have to be held accountable for my actions because I am doing it the legal way. But the problem is they're not being held accountable. So I looked up rule of law, right? So we need to go back to that because the rule of law says everyone, including the people, the judges, the lawyers, the police, everyone has to be held accountable, not just the
you are correct.
citizens.
Well, you
And
are correct. And you've touched on a very important area, which is called immunity or judicial immunity or qualified immunity, which is a concept that, in essence, gives people the ability to not be held accountable for breaking the law under specific circumstances. And it's one of the tools that the evil overlords violently abuse. In their world, it means a police officer can show up at your house, rape your wife, murder you, burn down the place, and then say, "Well, I'm not liable because I have, judicial immunity." But that's not what it means.
Right.
Not what it
Mm-hmm.
means. It means that if a public servant like a police officer, is exercising their duties in a lawful manner, and whatever it is that happens. Let's say, for example, there's a shootout Police officer's there. He is trying to shoot at bad guys. He hits an innocent person. That person, is injured and or dies. You can't sue the police officer personally. Bob Smith, the police officer shot. You can't sue him. You can sue the police department, but you cannot sue him personally. And this is actually very important. And I'm not a police apologist. I'm not a blue line matters guy. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. Because no one would ever want to be a police officer if they were personally held liable for making a mistake, as long as they were executing their duties diligently. See, he wasn't trying to shoot someone, so he wasn't actually committing a crime. He just was trying to shoot a bad guy and made a mistake, okay? That's not the same as the guy, he's walking down the street and he decides he's just going to shoot this person because he doesn't like them. So he grabs this guy, drags him into the alley, shoots him in the head, I hate you, haha. He doesn't have immunity because he willingly broke the law. He decided consciously in his head that he was going to kill someone, did it. That is not a thing that gets you immunity. And what happens is that line gets blurred. So we, the people, see police doing horrible things, and then the corrupt court system says, well, they didn't do anything bad because they have immunity. And we all go, what? We're all mad. Well, that's not what immunity means. It literally is not the thing that it was designed to do. And we don't see accountability. And then we all get mad at the cops. And that's by design. That's what the overlords want us to see. So we don't trust each other. We fight among ourselves, and it serves their purpose. As long as we're fighting among ourselves, we can't be focused on them who are, busily, with their private Epstein islands and their underground sex slave and cannibal human flesh trade that we don't see because we're busy fighting among ourselves, black and white, gay and straight, Muslim and Christian, and if God forbid you have CPS come visit you, it must mean you're one of those terrible people that should have your children taken from you.
Yeah, if you did flower. Yeah.
Sorry, end of rant.
No.
Divide and conquer. That's what it's all about. Divide and conquer. They don't want us united because united we are strong.
That's right.
Speaking of being united, don't forget to check out www.cpsbreakingnews.com. It's still under construction, but make sure you check it out. That's our new site. Just bear with me. It's still under construction, so make sure you look at it because you get all the updates, all the good stuff there. I think we should put you on there too, Dana. I think we should have you on the website.
I appreciate it, brother. I've had some problems. My domain was stolen. You and I've talked about this, but that's the overlords and their minions never stop, and they're strong in the cyber realm. They're very, very strong here. So my domain was stolen. I have tried to get it back. It's being held by someone. They're not using it. They're just holding it because they know that I want it. So I said fuck them, and I got a new one. So now it's theangrycitizen.org because angrycitizen.org was the one that was stolen. And fuck you to whoever's holding it. You're not doing it because you're using it. You're not using it. You're just being a dick, hoping I'll pay you money for it. Well, fuck you. I'm not paying you a penny for it.
Oh, Darren. Didn't that happen to you?
Yeah, but I got it back. They tried to do the same thing with the abolishcps.com. And they were holding it for 200. They wanted 200. Was it $250? And then I snuck around, and wouldn't you know, man, I went to Google, and Google Workspace sold it to me for $12. I don't know how and when or how it went down, dude, but it did, and I got it back, man. So
yeah. It's always a battle, in the cyber realm especially. That they're strong. But right now, it's I'm at theangrycitizen.org. I'm on BitChute as Angry Citizen. I'm on YouTube as Angry Citizen or The Angry Citizen. And there's some really powerful interviews there, including some with my buddy Darren. I would urge you all to check it out. And I am organizing, hopefully, lawful remedies, lawful solutions, so that everyone in America can achieve a measure of lawful remedy. And real quickly, I want to mention one thing. You're going to hear two terms used a lot. It's going to be very confusing. You hear legal and lawful. So legal refers to matters of maritime law. Lawful refers to matters of law of the land. And since we are on the land, we refer to the law of the land. Don't be distracted by this. It's a giant distraction. Mm-hmm. Using the term legal doesn't hurt you because everyone uses the term legal. It's illegal as opposed to unlawful. So they are more or less interchangeable, but not if you're really a stickler for detail. But again, don't get distracted. This is a giant tool of the devil to distract us. And the truth is that our courts are mired in admiralty law, and there's a lot of information out there about this. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I still have to get up and go to work, is how I phrase it. So don't overly concern yourself with it, but try to use lawful instead of legal, and unlawful instead of illegal, just to reject the devil's words. So, unlawful.
Lawful.
We are lawful. We are constitutional Americans. We do not condone lawlessness. We do not condone violence. We seek lawful remedies, and we have lawful remedies available to us to pursue justice against those who have transgressed, including and especially those who have kidnapped children. You call yourself an agent, you kidnap children, you're on the list. You will be held accountable because you committed a crime, and there's no statute of limitations on that. So your name is on the list. Lawful remedies will be visited upon you.
I love that. And I think that's a good way to end that. I'll tell you that. I think that's a great way to end tonight's show. It's right there. Dana,
Thank you, Darren, for all you do, brother.
Thank you for everything you do. And you too, Tiff.
Always here for you, man.
It takes all of us, baby.
Yeah, it does. And I love you too, man. When Darren was like, "Oh my God, you got to meet this dude," and the first time I saw you, I said, "Oh my God, Darren, I love him."
We need to get an angry citizen teddy bear. That's what we need.
I love it.
That's it. I'm gonna invent one. Hey, but Dana, hang out for a second backstage, will you?
Will do.
All right. Everybody else, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow night. Make sure you check us out.
You want me to stay on too?
Buddy. What are you saying?
You want me to stay on too?
Well, of course, obviously.
Okay.
Of course, obviously.
Yep. Things I have to deal with.
They say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with the knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They are waging war on the side of God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They are fighting for the children. Double trouble. The strength they need they get from each other. They have each other's like sister and brother. They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no reproaching. You need to learn a thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is isolation. CPS, we have your number. We're coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day. You won't break another family, no more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels, cause you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight. The CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice they didn't make. Now Now they spend their days in crates. They should know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your payback. As a couple of people you should know, Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punisher's abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great